Welcome to Amitabha's Supreme Vow channel, a place where you don't need to be strong, skilled in practice, or special in any way. You just need to be someone who, amidst endless worries, is trying to hold on to a little bit of faith. One of the greatest inner struggles for those who recite the Buddha's name is delusive thoughts. You sit down with palms joined, reciting the sacred name with sincerity, yet your mind runs wild. Money, children, work, even what to eat tonight. These thoughts flood your head. You feel disappointed, self-critical, even unworthy of spiritual practice. But in the Pure Land teachings, Master Shandao clearly explained, delusive thoughts are not obstacles. They are signs of genuine practice. This channel exists not to make you a saint, but to remind you, we are all ordinary beings. And yet, a Buddha has promised to save us if we simply believe, aspire, and recite his name. You don't need to practice for 10 years to see results. You don't need to eliminate all thoughts before being received by him. You only need, right in this moment, to sincerely recite Namo Amitabha. That alone plants the seed of liberation in your heart. First, delusive thoughts. The burden of the practitioner. One of the greatest burdens for those who recite Amitabha Buddha's name is wandering thoughts. You light incense, sit solemnly, and chant Namo Amitabha. Yet your mind is full of distractions. Money, children, work, even dinner plans. You sigh. You feel inadequate. Sometimes you may even want to give up. But in this Dharma talk, Master Shandao affirms, this is entirely normal. We are ordinary beings, not yet liberated. So a scattered mind is to be expected. Trying to forcibly suppress it only causes more suffering, like the elderly woman in the teaching who lamented, this mind won't listen. I want to bang my head against the wall. But once she understood, she felt such relief. 2. The dusty room and the beam of light. A beautiful metaphor. One of the most touching metaphors in the teaching is about a dark room and a beam of light. Without sunlight streaming through a window, we can't see the dust. But once light enters, we see dust floating everywhere. Delusive thoughts are the dust. The Buddha's name is the light. Before you recite, you may not realize how scattered your mind is. But as soon as you start, Amitabha's light shines in, and suddenly you see the chaos. But this is not a failure. This is the first step toward progress. 3. Min's story. An unemployed man and a radio min was a friend I met at a retreat. He used to be an engineer, but after a financial crisis, he lost his job and lost all hope. Every night, in a tiny rented room, he would turn on the radio and listen to Dharma talks. One day, he heard a teaching that said, delusive thoughts cannot obstruct rebirth in the Pure Land. He told me, I cried. I thought I had lost everything, even the right to recite the Buddha's name. My mind was so scattered. I thought I had no chance of rebirth. But then I realized, as long as I believe, aspire, and recite, then delusions can't stop the Buddha's vow. From then on, each morning he would wake up, recite Namo Amitabha 10 times, and begin his day. He still had no job, but his face glowed, because in his heart he had hope. 4. Don't add conditions to the Buddha's name. Reciting is enough. One common mistake in Pure Land practice is adding conditions to the name. Many believe only when the mind is pure does the recitation work. Only with deep realization can one be reborn. Only after 10 years of practice is it effective. But that misunderstands Amitabha's vow. The Buddha already vowed. Even if you recite his name just 10 times with faith and aspiration, he will come to receive you. Master Shandao compared the name Namo Amituofo to a complete, flawless crane. It doesn't need trimming, polishing, or embellishing. To recite is to recite. To believe is to believe. Don't try to make it lofty. Just be sincere. 5. Don't let present suffering blind you to the suffering of the 3 lower realms. Some may say, I'm a human, but poor, sick, suffering. What's the point of this life? But Master Shandao quotes Patriarch Yuan Qin. Even in poverty, being human is better than being in the 3 lower realms: animals, hungry ghosts, or hell. If you fail to attain rebirth in this life, your next may be in the lower realms. Then you'll see. Today's poverty is nothing. The Buddha described hell as a place where one is pierced with hundreds of spears, without dying, then tortured again. If a thorn in your hand hurts, imagine that pain. That's why we must use this human body to recite the Buddha's name, seek rebirth, and end samsara. 6. A chaotic mind is like waves on a river. Delusive thoughts are like waves. The vow to recite Amitabha's name is like a river. No matter how high the waves, they can't stop the current. Wind, garbage, mud, all still flow downstream. As long as you believe, aspire for rebirth, and recite the name, this current will carry you to the Pure Land. A truthful lesson. Don't worry about your chaotic mind. Everyone's mind is the same. The Buddha understands. He never asked us to have a saint's mind. Delusive thoughts cannot stop your rebirth. Only a lack of faith and aspiration can. Don't decorate or overthink the Buddha's name. Just recite it simply. Simplicity is sincerity. Be glad you're born as a human. This is your one chance to recite the Buddha's name and escape samsara. We don't recite to feel peace right now, but to be in eternal peace in the Pure Land. If this Dharma talk touched something in your heart, give yourself the chance to continue on the path of awakening. Click subscribe to Amitabha's Supreme Vow and turn on notifications, because I believe every upcoming video will be a lamp lighting your steps toward the Pure Land. Let us recite together, live mindfully, and never give up.